Hello and welcome into the Piles of Paragraphs creative space. I'm Lori and today I'm going to make a little fabric covered notebook kind of a thing inspired by Rachel. I forget what she called hers. But I hope everyone's doing well and has had a chance to do something creative. And in the face of all honesty, I'm going to tell you this is the second time I've attempted this project. The first time I attempted this project, I decided I would use a piece of a padded envelope with this plasticky bubble wrap on the inside. And while they look good, I can't get a glue that will actually make the linen stick to the plastic. So the only way to properly adhere these is by stitching. And right now my hand is not really up to do stitching. So I decided I would redo this project and do it in a way that doesn't require stitching, which is what Rachel did. Was a no-sew project. So anyway, that is what's going on with me. So I have a piece of linen from Rachel's collection. It's Rachel at Roxy Creations. Her Etsy shop is Roxy Creations, all one word, all lowercase. I have a little paper bag, one of my favorite things to use, and then I have a piece of kind of modern ticking. It's not vintage or anything, but I like the look of it, so I'm going to use that. So let's get started. Let's see if I can make it work this time. It's very disappointed last time. I tried PVA glue. I tried my art glitter glue. I even tried the Fabri-Tac glue. Nope, nothing wanted to stick to the plastic, so there you go. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to go ahead and use my glue stick to just glue this little flap down. This piece of linen that I have from Rachel, it's for a journal page, and it's 8 1/4 inches because it's European size. So it's not quite my standard 8 1/2. So I've just kind of folded the bag to be about the right size for it. And it'll fit on here, and there will be a little bit of the bag showing, but I happen to like that, so I don't have a problem with that. If you don't like the bag showing, then, just either use the appropriately sized piece for your interior or use a bigger piece of fabric. Okay, now I'm going to use the PVA glue again and just hope it's not too wet. I don't think my glue stick is going to be quite enough. Of course, now I'm really paranoid because the last one didn't work, so I'm fearful. I'm fearful that this won't work, but anyway, I'm prefacing it by saying may not work. May work, may not work. We'll see. Should work, though. That was the thing about the one I did on the padded envelope. Of course, one side has paper, and so this piece stuck great. Can't get it off. This piece did not. So there you go. Next time I decide to use the padded envelope, I will keep it whole, and so that I have paper on both sides, and I still get the bubbly stuff in it. I love the way that sounds. And those, the covers that I made can be saved with some stitching, but I tried to do some stitching earlier, and my hand just not up to it. I have some challenges with if I sit a certain way or hold my hands a certain way, I get a lot of numbness in my fingers, so I'm not really good for stitching. So, especially if you don't want to really poke yourself. Okay, so put this down here. Not a really heavy coating. I don't think it'll take a lot to hold the linen on this time. Of course, I thought it was going to work last time. All right, I'll stop talking about my failure, and we'll call it a learning process. I was tempted to go ahead and release the video that I made and just do one of those really wild epic fail kind of headlines on it, but that's not really my style. So I just mentioned my epic fail to you. Yeah, it wasn't epic, it was just a learning experience. We'll see. Now that I've pulled that up and put it back down, it may not have had enough glue on it. So let's do a bit more along this edge. And I do think it's important to use something to smooth it out with. This is one of those, they call it a makeup brush, but it's like a little silicone paddle thingy. By they, I mean Amazon, because that's where I ordered that from a long time ago. But it works great, and it does smooth the glue out very nicely. But, you know, I don't know, makeup. I don't wear a lot of makeup, so once again, not really an expert on that. Just is like no other makeup brush I've ever seen. But, you know, like I said, I don't wear a lot of makeup, and, you know, I'm old, so things change. They didn't have all this stuff when I was younger and learning about makeup and all that kind of good stuff. So anyway, well, hopefully, I probably put on a little bit heavy there, so that may show through. That's okay if it does. I have some lace I want to put on. Let's see, do I want, yeah, let me just take this really quickly and glue that down. I should have done that beforehand. I forgot. I will say, having a project that just doesn't go to plan is a little bit, kind of, as I told my husband, it really took all the wind out of my sails. It's like, oh no. And then I kept trying to fix it and trying to fix it and trying to fix it. And woke up at 3 o'clock this morning trying to think of ways to fix it. Sometimes you just have to move on. So when even the Fabri-Tac or the, what do I have, like Fabri-Fix or something, which I don't use because it's stinky and I don't like to use things that have a really strong chemical odor. Really bothers me. So, but I was like, okay, yeah, that should work. I'll try that. And it didn't. Well, kind of did on a couple that I did, but it didn't on another. So anyway, didn't I say I was going to stop talking about that? And then what do? I just keep talking about it. But we'll just put the PVA glue on here. Let me put just a tiny bit more here. Of course, the thing is now I've told you all my stories in that video that I did. I don't remember what stories I told you. I think maybe I told you I ordered myself some new glasses. Very excited at that because I'm not seeing well. And then, of course, we went on vacation, and I put two huge scratches on my glasses just as soon as we got to Paris. And luckily, it wasn't right over where I look out, but, you know, the light hits it, and it's annoying. So anyway, new glasses coming in the next couple of weeks. Hopefully, they'll be fabulous. My eyes have gotten quite a bit worse, so I had to order trifocals as opposed to just my single vision glasses that I had been wearing all these years, which was shocking when I stopped to think about how many years I'd been wearing glasses, because I thought it was like 5. It was like 18. Like, eek. Time just gets away from me. So, yeah. Ish. Not straight, not perfectly glued on, but that's okay. This will have to dry, so this will be part 1 of 2. I'm going to go through and, whoops, see, the other thing I forgot to do, I didn't get a baby wipe off the top of my glue. Let's do that so I don't glue my bottle shut. But I will pick some, I want to do vintage papers, or vintage papers mostly in this little booklet. So I think Rachel also used digitals in hers, but I'm not using any digitals in mine. Just want to use some vintage papers. So this is quite wet since I used the PVA. Although it does feel good. I mean, it's got a nice weight to it. Not as weighty as this one, and it doesn't make that sound that this one makes. But anyway, hopefully I've got that glued down well. Of course, if it comes loose, then I'll just put some art glitter glue on it, because I know art glitter glue will hold it. I don't know, maybe my PVA glue is just tired. Is that a thing? I know art glitter glue wears out, but I don't know about PVA. Let's see. I thought I had a stack of papers pulled out that I wanted to do my pages with. But, there we go. The hullabaloo of things not working out. Oh yeah, these will still work. Just let me set that over to the side to dry a little bit, and we'll just kind of look through what I have. Some rag paper, and I've got some kind of like unread Italian book page. This is a document. I've got a mix of French and Italian, so some of it's one and some of it's the other. These are French because these are from my invoice packs that I still have some in my Etsy shop if you're interested. Since we have kind of all these tariffs and stuff now, there's no tariffs if you order from me in the United States, because I've already got the stuff here. And these are some kind of class notes, I think also French. This is in English. I've got some, oh gosh, my brain. Anyway, Italian paper, Florentine paper. There we go. I've got some ledger. I've got some very modern grid paper. I've got some old, I almost said stripy paper, old line paper. Yeah. I still don't think I'm quite over that cold or whatever I got on vacation. I'm still a little blurry. There's some invoices, and then there's some just blank papers, and then an invoice down here. Put this up here. So these are what I'll be going through and making my signature out of. But I think for now I will call it a day with this one and let it dry, and then next time you see it, I'll be stitching the pages in, hopefully, and not telling you that it didn't stick. So thank you for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, and I sincerely hope that you did, please leave me a thumbs up. A comment would be great. I could use some words of encouragement. Anybody else had a project lately that just didn't go the way you wanted it to? And subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Little channel continues to grow, and I would like it to keep doing that. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I will say bye-bye for now.